This morning, we're still tracking Tropical Storm Cristobal, still with winds of around 50 miles per hour, according to the National Hurricane Center and recon data. The system has went up 2 millibars down, up from 992 to 994, but that is mostly because the National Hurricane Center had to estimate the pressure. But now we have confirmation of that pressure from the recon flights. So it's currently moving north at 12 miles per hour, and it has a wind field of about 250 miles wide and long, pretty much. But it's currently the upper rain bands are starting to hit parts of Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, etc. We do have an area to watch for potential formation of Dolly right here with 20% chance of this system forming. So as you can see from the satellite image, we have um, we do have those winds starting. So this is the center, and then we have all those winds coming off from here, starting to push onto Florida. Now this is an interesting system because we do have an exposed center. It's kind of a broad area of rotation. It's not very. It's not a. It's a healthy storm, but it's not too healthy. But it's looking better organized. But as you can see, this is kind of looks like. So it's kind of interesting. But those upper clouds are moving on trying to Florida and the East Coast, for example. But this is pretty much the area for hurricane force winds, just right over the center. So you look right here at the track for a brand new system, or not brand new, but for a tropical storm Cristobal. Here's the current track. Again, like I said, extending out about 200 miles from the center of that system, mostly to the east of it. But here it is. It's expected to make landfall in Louisiana in about 30 hours or 7 p.m. Sunday with 60 mile per hour winds. But here's where it's going to track in the next couple of days and bring some heavy rain to northern Florida. Or other system for potential development is around over there, but right now it's probably going to be some moisture moving into the Atlantic that could potentially form, but we're not really talking about that right now. Here's the tropical storm warnings right now for the system. As you can see, coming really not really extending out east and west because of that dry air. Basically, the entire west system is dry air, which is getting into that circulation. So for the system to be able to really continue to strengthen and intensify, they have to really close its center off. Now it has too much of a center to really be able to strengthen further that dry. I mean, in terms of low pressure area, that will work. This is a low pressure center around here. You can see it's not very closed off. We have this high air but it's all closed in. Yesterday, we only had no convection over here. Yesterday, convection in the east, and now we're getting some convection starting to wrap that low pressure center, which is good so that the dryer because right now, which is really weakening it as it gets into those couple of days. That way it's looking fine with that rotation. But it's still a very broad area of circulation. In terms of intensity guidelines, this will be 30 hours. So like right before landfall, this is when it's going to be. And none of the models are now very 50 knots according to those models. The models all agreeing on that landfall location and where it's going to be going next. We don't really need to look at that right now. I mean, pretty closely to where this system is going to be going. In terms of impacts, we're going to be seeing lots of rain and flooding throughout the Florida Panhandle. So this is the area for tropical storm force winds. This is basically this is where force winds. So extending probably around again 300 to 200 miles. This is where we're going to be seeing the tropical storm force winds. In terms of rain, we're going to be seeing most of the rain east of that cone. As you can see with a rain guidance, where's the U.S. rainfall potential. Again, most of that rain on the east of that system, moving into Florida as well. So the heavy rain, this is where you're going to be experiencing heavy rain throughout Florida as this system does move. So this is going to be a pretty big rainmaker, Mississippi and Louisiana border, and coming north into those upper and north into those upper states, northern states. In terms of flash flood potential, we moderate flash flood potential. For again, we're going to be seeing the heaviest rainfall. We also have a slight in yellow. This is the slight flash flood potential, and then marginal. So I'm in the marginal flash flood potential right here. But we do have those moderate flash flood potential here. So if you're in that low-lying areas, and we do know that Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama are in those very flooding potentially areas. So if that does, you do want to potentially be careful for those potential high threat of flooding. Looking at the wind history for that system, we do see the wind fields getting slightly bigger as we speak. It used to be, that big, and then it just been getting a little bit bigger. And I do think before landfall, this is probably going to be the wind, maybe potentially. But right now, according to the tropical storm force winds, this is the wind field happening with this. So a large wind field, and we're going to be seeing the first effects of the system around tonight, or probably around tomorrow morning. We're going to be starting to see the tropical storm force winds moving onshore. But this is a tropical weather update for today. What's today's date? 6, and we're going to be seeing, if you do want to see more updates, subscribe, click the like and everything. And also, I do have a live stream running 24/7 until landfall. So if you do want to see that, also subscribe.